think everyone, has that, and a lot of people, unfortunately, too, around here, they just get stuck in that rut of eating bad. It's that it's not feel good food, but it's feel good food to you, like, cause it's to them
Mouth pleasure.
mouth pleasure. And there's two sides, right? It's like, well, we shouldn't have a lot of these foods. We shouldn't, but it's like we can't contradict when and where we want the government to get involved, because at one token we're saying this, and another token we're saying that. So I could argue, if I want to eat like crap, let me. I don't want you to control what I put in my mouth.
Right. Right.
Now I will agree. Why are there certain foods that we have in the U.S. that are banned in so many
Right.
other countries?
Right.
That yes, please get involved. If I would, like, these other countries are doing it. I'm okay if you ban Cheez-Its or this other. Please do. If other countries are doing it, look at that. But again, it's the money, the politics. It's not going to happen, and it'll come back to, well, you don't have to eat that.
I'm amazed if I have a week, like a cheat week, and I wouldn't say I schedule a cheat week, but I have a week where I'm not locked in.
Yeah.
I feel there's a huge difference.
Huge difference.
And if I have a week, so I've done like a 5-day fast. Best feeling 5 days ever.
Have you really?
Yeah.
All right, you need to tell me about that before I leave.
Yeah.
No, I've
yeah.
been really doing a lot of research on these fasts.
I started messing around that same podcast with my cousin where he's like, do you know about ultra running? He goes, I'm interested in doing like fasting and like 3-day, 5-day and beyond. And I'm like, wonder what that'd be like. So I've been doing intermittent fasting here and there, which I love.
Mm-hmm.
I think that's a great idea.
So basically, the whole 16 hours, not going to eat past a certain time.
Yeah, I wouldn't. After lunch, let's say 1 o'clock, I'd eat. So 1 to 6, and then it was 3 to 6, and then it would be. And I kept toying around with that and seeing how I felt.
Mm-hmm.
And part of this too, for me, for marathons, or even the Ironman, you can't digest enough food to carry you through the distance.
Right.
You're going to be at negative calories.
Yeah.
So you need your body to be running on fat. You need your body to be efficient at burning fat as a fuel. So fasting kind of helps get your body in, and I played around with some keto stuff.
Yeah.
So getting onto fats and being more efficient on fats, and getting my body used to that.
Okay.
So I tried a 3-day fast, and I basically was really light exercise in those 3 days. And it was.
So are you having just water?
Yeah, with electrolytes. Yeah, that's it. And
any specific type of electrolytes?
So actually, those 3 are yours.
Okay.
So this is a brand I found.
Yeah.
My little goodie bag.
Yeah. No, thank you.
So it's I've been one of those, like, I don't want sugar, but I don't want artificial sweeteners.
Yeah.
And that's naturally flavored with no sugar and no artificial sweeteners.
Okay.
So those 3 are for you to try.
I will.
They gave me some free samples because I did a review of their product. And
okay.
I'm like, oh,
yeah, you mentioned that a couple of times, that you're reviewing some products and
just things that I've had good luck with, and I'm like, why not share?
Yeah.
But so I did the 3-day fast, and once I was locked into the first day, you're hungry, your belly's growling, and then the next 2 days was like, I was just locked in.
Really? No grogginess, no fatigue,
opposite of that.
Really?
So then I did another 3-day fast, and I'm like, I'm gonna exercise like crazy. I'm gonna do my normal, full on. Felt great. I got through it.
Interesting.
And I heard there's a guy.
Weight loss during this fast?
Yeah, I'm sure.
Yeah.
I don't think I ever jumped on a scale.
Okay.
I'm sure I did lose some.
Sure.
I heard a podcaster, Lex Friedman, that I listen to here and there, and whenever he's gonna go out to dinner, he fasts that day, and goes out to dinner, because that meal after 3 days, I don't care if you have a McDonald's hamburger, it's the best thing you've ever had.
Of course it is. Of course it is. It could be
it's the contrast of the restricting and then that gift afterwards. So then I'm like, okay, let's try a 5. And up until day 5, I felt fine. I mean, there's like when I go out for a run, the speed's not there. I'm not top end. I'm definitely a little weaker.
Yeah.
But I still have the energy. It's amazing how good I feel.
Interesting.
It was. I mean, that was a challenge. 3, 4, 5, and people are eating around you.
Of course.
I'll be at work, right, and I'll be fantasizing, like food images and going daydreaming, and I'm just
I did a juice cleanse. Yes.
I've done the juice thing too. That was its own challenge, but it was really cool to play around with. And the thing that I find most interesting is what are my wants and what are my needs? What do I actually? I think I'll have a bowl of cereal, and 20 minutes later I'm like, I need something.
Yeah.
I'm starting to jones for food. It's just sugar rush. It's just my body wants sugar.
Right.
It's
right.
But now I can go. I've gone 5 days without food. I don't need that.
Right.
I know that's not.
That's great. That's great.
So that was kind of cool.
I was thinking about, I was thinking about just doing another fast. I get through weird modes. I'm like, all right, I need to jumpstart my system. I want to lose a little bit of weight, and so I've been toggling when I can't sleep at night about different fasts, and
it's worth it to try just to know what your body feels like.
Yeah,
I mean, I don't think I'll probably do 5 again. I'll probably 3s are nice though.
Yeah.
And even just a day two. It's just.
Now, do you drink coffee at all, Ben?
I'm not a coffee.
You're not a coffee drinker.
I do more tea.
Okay. Yeah.
Yeah, and I.
Did you still have tea, or no? Or you just stuck with
I
water?
usually would have tea, but I have decaffeinated tea.
Okay. Yeah.
So I'm not getting any calories out of it.
Yeah.
Yeah, and I've tried to I used to be a big time Diet Coke drinker, and I quit caffeine.
Okay.
Which was a challenge.
But how did you feel after you quit the caffeine?
I don't feel like it. So now the real reason I was quitting was if I don't have caffeine and then I take it during a race, now it's actually a performance enhancer.
Gotcha.
Because my body isn't used to it. It's boom. It's just,
yeah.
So that was kind of like a strategy almost.
Sure.
It took a little while to get past the headaches that made my body craving caffeine.
Yeah.
It was a really cool experience. I would recommend it to anybody.
Yeah.
I love the mental challenge of it.
Mm-hmm.
I think that's a lot of what I'm attracted to. Is the mind game.
Can I do this?
Yeah.
My mind's playing tricks on me.
Am I stronger than my cravings?
Right.
Right. What's really controlling me?
Yeah.
Kinds of things.
No, it's true, because that third day, this was an award. This was a juice, and same thing. Dreaming about food, and I've done this a couple of times, and I remember.
How long have you gone on a juice?
3, and I remember the second time I did this one, I'm like, this is stupid, but I had a point that's way up north, and I'm like, I shouldn't be doing this while I'm up here. I should be doing this at home. And I'm on day 3 in my hotel. I'm just I'm starving. I'm just starving. I'm like, just go to sleep. Finally, this is so bad. It was 3:00 in the morning. I'm like, I'm done. I'm over. So I'm in Presque Isle, Maine, staying at the Hampton Inn. There's a 24-hour Tim Hortons. I went right across that street. I got a bagel, and I'm like, oh, this is heaven.
Just to chew something.
I mean, it was just heavenly. It could have been anything.
Right.
It could have been cardboard made with peanut butter. But to your point, the dream, and I'm just I go in dark, literally, and I'm not gonna, but fell asleep, then I woke up again at 3:00. I'm like, it's over. I'm done.
Do you ever see Fat, Sick, and Nearly Dead?
No, I've heard about it.
It was a juicing thing that guys did, and I tried to do a 10-day juice. I think I made it 7 or 8. But it was
dedication.
It was. I remember one day I was teaching in Bucksport, and I brought the prep for juicing.
Yeah.
You had to.
It's a lot.
Get your fruit and chop them up and get them in the juicer and get in the veggies and everything.
Yeah.
So I make my 3 juices or 2 juices that I bring. One for when I got to school, one at lunch, or whatever it was. And I had done ginger that day, and way too much ginger.
Okay.
And it was so repugnant. It was so bad. And I'm like, how am I ever gonna survive this day? I'm trying to get it down, and it's just
not happening.
Oh, it was brutal.
Yeah.
And I'd be so hungry. I'd literally be shaking.
Yeah.
Oh, that was hard. That was harder than the 5-day fast.
Yeah.
Because once there is a point, I think, after the first day, where your body's just okay, this I think our bodies are designed to do. Back years ago, we were hunters and gatherers. Our ancestors went days without food.
Right.
And then they get a kill or whatever.
Mm-hmm.
I think we're designed for it because it's amazing how locked in you feel, mental clarity.
Yeah.
Except for the distractions of food when your mind wanders.
Well, and that's what it is. So maybe when we do another podcast, I'll tell you about which fasting experience I have and tell you all about it. But yeah, I gotta get going. But